the most aggressive. I mean, look at that. It certainly is aggressive on both sides. There are two of them. So we're actually able to make their way into sight and get that spike down pretty comfortably. Well, I say comfortably, look at the casualties actually. So Deryeon willing to take that gunfight. A free K for the round thus far. Amaterasu falling down. Can Deadly do something about this? They're going to go for the cheeky defuse, so the utility comes out, and there we go. It's now onto this A side. It looks like Juicy is getting ready to lead the way. Jay waiting with some util to enable this collapse, but there we go. Everyone's ready and waiting for it. We just need a gunfight to go in either direction right now. There's praise and praise going on. Juicy with a 2K there. DEATHMAKER and hellffR falling down, and that plant once again will be stuck. And now we see the rotation for Deryeon to hold on to that midsection, as Deadly is on the hunt, trying to find an all-important engagement to go in the favor of Velocity. But Deryeon, again, ready and waiting. If anyone decides to try and contest it, he is there. It looks like Velocity are just going to kind of hold on to the B site for now.
They've got to provide a lot of support, and this double usage of those ultimates, especially the null command, is going to put BRD on an even much more difficult situation. It's all down to right to Ace. He needs to find the opportunity, in which he does not. Gets denied from JayH. Now with only just 2 players remain, beautiful wall bang from hellffR. So I'll remove Juicy. But they still got control, and he still got to worry about the flank. Retla, he's going to miss a lot of shots. Opportunity still remains, and he still gets it. OG side. But on round number 7, with all full weaponries being in hand, and also you're still having lockdowns and nightfalls, everything is present. All it requires is just beautiful timing, and that time would be more than enough. And here comes smoke, and here comes it in left, just patiently waiting for the right opportunity to remove one of that certain moment. And from the shadows, will just force himself back to safety, leading Bleed, only left with 2 players.
That is a huge play from hellffR. That corner just not being checked at all. They were able to cause so much collateral there to the side of Bleed. And again, crazyguy and JayH. It's a situation
like that from hellffR will actually give much more opportunity to succeed, especially with the nightfall still being available. But Deryeon somehow, he gets to remove 2 of the players, Deryeon and Juicy. That is an incredible thing coming in from Bleed's end, as they are shutting down every single aggressive attempts. Nightfall was still being used. Right away still has the lockdown. He could have used it if they make an attempt once again towards the A side. But Bleed, they know exactly what they're trying to do, and Amaterasu just needs a little bit of patience. But no, Retla, we got away with another kill, and so does JayH to end.
And maybe they just hold a bit more defensively, which is indeed what they seem to be doing. Pressure being applied a little bit, but Deadly is there to retaliate a little bit. Retla falling down, Juicy falling down too. hellffR once again showing up for his side, and Amaterasu taking down JayH. Deryeon and crazyguy though have something to say about that. They don't want this gunfight to go more in the favor of Velocity. So there we go. There's another one there, but Amaterasu is going to trade it back out. Deryeon as well, and it's a 1 versus 1. How chaotic do we have to have this be? The door is being shut, and Deryeon can safely get that spike down, and now it's just a 1v1. This is where things get spicy, right to Ace. Goodness gracious me, beautiful shot, and ultimately, a bit of a still moment is in the air. The Bleeder finally collapsing in, and there we go. Deadly taking out crazyguy before that Prowler utility can be used anymore. Juicy is going to trade that back for hellffR. Gets to pick 2 casualties all across the board, and once again, we're in a 3v3. Deadly. I don't know if they're fully aware of his position. They're trying to find him. Again, can he cause any more ruckus? I don't think JayH will be aware of this Jet player ready and waiting for him, but that spike is going down, so pressure certainly is wrong for Deadly. Now, can they get this pick? Yes, they can. There is Retla falling down. It's not immediately traded out either. That has been called out, and there we go. JayH getting that pick there. The right to Ace is ready and waiting a 1v2. This is doable. There we go. Now they just have to stick with the fuse. Cute, there's no one there for the immediate trade, but that utility should have been heard, and here we go. Amaterasu is coming to help, but there's that opening pick there. Right to Ace falling down. Can the second come through? Yes, it can. The third as well onto DEATHMAKER. Poor Velocity, a 5v2, and they ideally have to make their way. Deadly holding that very tight angle just in case someone does try to peek out, but again, what do they have in pocket? They do have the Omen ult, but would you risk really popping it now? It looks like they're just going to safely back away. It's not as much as they think it is, and this is very clever right now from Velocity. Beautiful shot there by Deryeon, taking out Deadly though. That's certainly going to rustle the jimmies, and again, keeping up to apply that pressure. Both these players being forced to the back of sight now. Juicy looking for them, going for the pre-fire through the wall. Not actually doing any damage just yet, but again, it's a little bit terrifying. hellffR, however, having a little bit of a field day thus far, managing to get that pick. Amaterasu falling down as well. It's a little bit scrappy on both sides right now, but Spike needs to go down, but there's no room to do so. Right to Ace, just having a moment. And oh my goodness, the objective actually being forced out there. I think that was a massive oversight there from Bleed, just not having that presence on that A site. But this giant flank is coming through now, and is Right to Ace going to be aware of it? I think he thinks maybe the flank will be coming through elsewhere, and he can shut this down immediately. There's one, there's two, there's three! That's what we like to see, a fourth one there for Amaterasu. And it's poor crazy guy up in heaven, left by himself right now.
Control towards mid stack. And now VLT will have a lot of problems, but you still got to worry about Right to Ace. Oh boy, that's gonna hurt. But on the bright hand side, they have control towards the A side, but this post plant will be even much more difficult, especially when they try to corner them around. All they've got to do is just figure out a way, and that huge peek from hellffR is going to give away yet another kill at the hands of Bleed. And now they have weapon control, they have two Spectres, and it will be even much more tougher for them once they arrive towards that place. Fragments being used, so does the smoke. JayH knows exactly, all the way towards the hand side. He will deny a lot of plays, but Amaterasu is still alive. The third, he won't be able to get it. Ghost, not gonna happen. Juicy will get it. Oh, there was a slight glimmer of hope that I'm south. Oh no, that's quite unfortunate. Oh boy, that is not good. Especially a Horn could have helped them gain much more info towards mid top. Juicy will be forced in a very difficult situation, but he still have the support from the team. JayH and crazyguy fall back. Juicy follows it up with yet another kill. Remove Amaterasu, which leads to hellffR and Deadly. They've got to figure out a way. In a 2v4 situation, mid control is lost, just so does B, but they're trying to figure out a way where they could get a surprise attack, but this Blade Storm from Juicy might end up getting a kill or two once the smoke dissipates, but they're playing this safely. Bleed things at their players all the way towards the B side, but Deadly misses the opportunity. Now he'll be forced to fall back. hellffR knows the information too. Will they get a kill? I'm not quite sure. Trade will be given. It will be hellffR who will remove Deryeon out of the place. We still got to focus on the rest of the three players. The paranoia will be huge when it comes to blocking lines of sight, but Juicy will be quick enough. They find that perfect opportunity. Trailblazer once again giving vital information towards the team and confirming its suspicions that it's going to be all the way towards the B sides. Here comes the execution. Here comes the satchel charges. Deadly 7 HP gets taken out from Juicy's headshot, and now trouble starts to stew around at the hands of VLT as they start to lose control on this side itself. Juicy once again aggressive attempt. Amaterasu might be able to find beautiful opportunity. Oh, 2 kills and another from hellffR.
The Bleed really need to hold on to these all-important angles. The rotation coming through here through Market. There we go, Deadly ready, waiting. JayH trades it back out. A second one down to Amaterasu. Can they get another on for Deryeon? Desperate to find one. There we go. DEATHMAKER falling down right to Ace.
One enemy remaining.
Deryeon onto right to Ace for hellffR. Takes out Deryeon out to 1 versus 1. And this is going to get scrappy indeed. There we go. Ready and waiting. That could be an interesting one, actually, because if they're not aware that it's only crazyguy around that corner, they are leaving Hookah completely uncontested. Actually, the flash goes out, so that should maybe give an inkling, or at least delaying that push through Hookah, and rotation starts to come through from Velocity. Wow, what was that? Juicy taking out hellffR. The right A's ready and waiting for that refrag before Retla shuts him down. And very uncomfortable retake now for the side of Velocity, because they've had to go for this really slow rotation. And how awkward is that rotation all the way through defenders spawn? In a very, very tight position. There we go. Crazyguy gets one. Can he get a second? Can Amaterasu get this trade off? No, they can't. The duo DEATHMAKER ready and waiting. Very aware that Crazyguy is at the bottom there, but again, Crazyguy is going to be aware of that too. There we go. Beautiful trades coming through here. Amaterasu taking on Deryeon in the paralateral there. The Juicy ults onto hellffR, and already it's getting very scrappy indeed. Baba Boobot going out is going to try and allow a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of information almost, as DEATHMAKER is pushed back very aggressively here. And that's going to free up so much breathing room, but again, that spike needs to go down. There we go. JayH is blunking it. DEATHMAKER, beautiful shot there. Waiting for a re-swing, potential of a refrag, but it's just not coming. It's just not coming. There was no one there playing the duo play, so... And a very awkward retake right now for Velocity try and do. There's one on crazyguy, but JayH with the refrag yet again. A 2 versus 2. Retla takes down Amaterasu, who's on the tiniest bit of health. Can right to Ace clutch this out. A 1 versus 2. Seen him do incredible things before, but no.
Have no idea on how to deny this. My god, the counters. He just had to fall back safely, and JayH, he's just taunting them. It's like, no matter how many utilities that you push towards the place, you won't be able to get a single kill, not at all. But DEATHMAKER, he will get one this time. So does Deadly. This is the opening that they require. All Bleed needs to do is just hold their ground with Retla being the one, but he'll get shredded back. Smokes will be denied. And once more, it will be Deadly who will get those important kills. Beautifully done from VLT, as they will secure this post plant. But will crazyguy will be able to do something about this? He will get... They have secured when it comes to man count. They've equalized it to a 4v4. But once that Nightfall comes into play from Amaterasu, in which it happened right now, the showstopper will disconnect. Yes, it does. There goes hellffR, but he forgot about right to ace. All the way from the box's side, he needs to find a way to remove Raze. But he's all the way deep within the place. He has the information. And JayH needs to get a kill. He finds one. He gets a second. No, Juicy gets it. There we go. Entire clean out from the A side, and it's DEATHMAKER once again in a 1v3. A very difficult situation that Velocity Gaming is currently in right now. And this 1v3 will be even much more tougher. They
choke points from the back, and the attack always know, and they can hold these crossfires like there's no tomorrow.
They currently have information, but all they've got to do is just find for the peak, and Deadly will just get that headshot. Beautifully done. And now in a 2v4 situation with Bleed having some particular issues, crazyguy is just going. He's just going to go all the way towards the hooker side. Meanwhile, Juicy, aggressive attack. He will get one, but will get blown out from the boom bot. And now, since the time has been ticking down, crazyguy will be forced to go in for the peaks. Will get caught out from Deadly towards round number 15 itself. But now here comes round number 16, and VLT, they're not going to make any future stop itself, especially from the showstopper. All they've got to do is just find a kill, and right away will do exactly just that. Showstopper won't be able to find a kill just yet, and JayH needs to be careful with the peak, and hellffR, he's just going to wait it patiently. Forcing the player out from the Shaw's side will put VLT in a much more greater advantage, as they will be on post plant. DEATHMAKER will be forced to fall back, especially with the help of his TP, while Amaterasu does the best shots. Beautiful shot from the Stinger, all the way from the peak towards A-Lamps. Not gonna happen. crazyguy, only the final player left. And now he needs to force fall. Can he succeed? No, it does not. Again, all the way towards the B side. Smokes will be used to block some certain lines of plays, but that definitely will not stop Deadly itself, especially when you have those active charges, information from horns, everything is present. But the showstopper from Juicy might be able to make a break it moment, but I believe that is not necessary, because you still have the crossfire angles from the side of Bleed, who will secure 3 kills, which would lead to Amaterasu and DEATHMAKER, the only 2 players left who needs to make a push all the way towards the B side. And now this is troublesome from VLT. Once they have the opportunity, now it's slowly falling apart. DEATHMAKER will find one by removing crazyguy, but he needs to be careful on 2 of the players. And let's not forget, time is running out. They only have 10 seconds left. They need to go in for the push. DEATHMAKER will find one, but Deryeon will get the... And since he needs to rely on information from the Haunt, Amaterasu will just relay it back with the Nightfall. And now, Juicy, will he find a kill? Yes, he does. That's one. The only problem is the hooker's control will be even much more tougher for them, and Deryeon having the op in hand. You forgot about the Amaterasu, who's all the way towards the side. The angles are being made, and now Juicy left in a 1v2. Satchel charges being used to hopefully find a discussion, and the denial. My goodness, Juicy! What a clutch 1v2 gets a quad kill, and more than enough for Deadly to get those kills. And now if we focus all the way towards the A side, never mind then. Never mind. They're gonna go all the way towards B once again to provide that distraction. And my god, Deadly is just doing such great work. So does hellffR to give protection, making sure that none of the players from the side of Bleed would make an attempt to go for the push. And right to ace, headshot to deliver the final blow towards crazyguy. Once again, it's all at the hands of Deryeon, who control and team will Prowlers nor the Haunts. So they have to rely on Smokes, and Deryeon all the way towards the place. The jumping raise will be downed out from Deryeon's head. What? crazyguy gets one, so does right to ace, who needs to get this win. It's a 12-11. The flanks are arriving. The Black Up is almost on its way from the side of Bleed. They will at least secure post plant, but it's just right to ace and hellffR left in a 2v3. They only have the orbital strike. They've got to make it count. The information will be given from the Trailblazers. The orbital strike will be used very quickly. Not a lot of time left as JayH gets one more. It's all at the hands of LF. 1v3 as he will secure one. A headshot to remove Deryeon. He gets a second. Yes, there might be a chance. 1v1 JayH. He needs to get the kill, in which he does not. LF will secure overtime. Oh boy, the denials from Molotov, the snake bite, so much damage being dealt around just from a single use of those utilities. And right to Ace will at least secure a post plant. Juicy, he needs to make a play for Bleed. And if he gets this will be huge. The first will be given, but the second will be cheated out from Deadly. Huge trades being made from both the sides, and Deryeon having the op in hand, he'll be able to find one, the second from DEATHMAKER, but Deryeon gets one more. This is promising from Bleed as he'll secure 4, a ninja defuse. Crazyguy is gonna get it. VLT, they have no idea. Oh my goodness. Yes, it would not, Grace, and especially once the defenders make their way towards the B side. Once the wall gets cleared out, they have to go in for the push. Wall's been removed, and now KO can just use his suppression knife to block lines of sight. But wait a minute, they have the wall. This is a perfect moment. VLT, Deadly, he's still committing for this defuse, but he'll be denied immediately. He's been killed, he's been denied, and Bleed gets away with the win. So Juicy, who's been dealing some major damage, things will be even much more tougher. Juicy once again gaining high potential from the yellow boxes. Won't be able to find a kill, but it will get towards Crazyguy. Beautiful headshot though from DEATHMAKER to get at least one of the kills, but he still forgot about Deryeon. Still dealing a lot of damage. Empress is still present, which means that winning gunfights up against a high fire rate Reyna is a very difficult task for VLT to succeed this clutch. And what's more problematic is that they're just left with pistols, so they have to rely with utilities. And here comes Deadly using the power of the wall. Deadly could go in for the defusal. This could be huge. Deadly's been taking a lot of damage. 6 it denies it once again from Retla. No, not for the second time. And one is just a 1-1 gunfight. Retla gets away with the clutch.
Well, right to Ace it. I think they will be aware. They see the gun through the smoke. So there we go. The opening engagement going in favor of Velocity. So now Juicy is looking for a juicy pick of their own. But there we go. DEATHMAKER up in hand. Ready and waiting. Two engagements on either side as Deryeon collects himself a nice little 2k, cleaning up a little bit, but it's still a 2 versus 3, so
30 seconds left.
More work needs to be done just now. Retla ready and waiting. Eyes on that spike, willing to take this engagement. There we go. Viper on Viper action is what we like to see. That plant is going down, ladies and gentlemen. Can it Deadly do anything about it? Well, certainly probably not. Not now that we're seeing this Viper go out. You have to go for the drop down, but you can't see where they are. And oh my.
Have the advantage. He's going way deeper. Oh no. This could be a disaster if they don't have info. Patience! Patience from Crazyguy! Oh, Jesus! hellff and Amaterasu! Both of them had no idea! The location has been compromised! hellff will still get the kill nonetheless, but the damage has been done. Mid control is still at the hands of VLT, but with Bleed getting the initial click, eliminating Amaterasu is going to put Bleed in a very difficult situation here.
I mean, that would have been incredible. If that second shot would have landed there on Crazyguy, I would have lost my face completely. The res does come up though from Deadly, getting Amaterasu back in the action. So again, Bleed trying to go into the next few with a slight disadvantage. They do have so much control though, so that spike most likely will go down uncontested. Juicy trying to get to the back, but shut down by Amaterasu. The ulti comes through to try and delay these angles. DEATHMAKER ready and waiting very well. In fact, the Retla has the high ground there, so wants to try and hold his pixel angle as long as possible. Deryeon's hungry for it before being shut down though by DEATHMAKER. Beautiful shot there. And again, the lines of sight that they're able to know. They know where Retla is. There we go. They had his number from. How do we shut that down? How do we use the ult? I mean, that's definitely a good start. A bit bulky with it, going for these pre-fires through the Viper wall. Juicy getting that opening pick phone to right to Ace. The trades need to come through, and I think this is where the struggle is. The trades need to be there, but it's difficult when both sides are throwing down that Viper util and that Sage util, to be honest, like there's no tomorrow. Can DEATHMAKER take this engagement towards Deryeon? I think he's not going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit just yet, and Aldrin going out is going to give a lot of information as to where is open currently, but there we go. Crazyguy coming around. Nice little swing out, taking out DEATHMAKER. So it's now a 3 versus 5, and this is where the pressure starts to be applied because that timer is ticking. Amaterasu needs to try and go for this entry back into the site very quickly. hellffR getting a pick down to Retla, but Juicy is head straight back out of third of the round, going on to Deadly, and poor hellffR is left by himself. And again, we've seen how Bleed play these kind of situations. They really want to hunt down and damage the eco of the other team, damage the
especially with the execute that's going to happen all the way towards the A side. Once again, Juicy is still being patient, still waiting for the smoke to dissipate, and once the timing is right, they'll be able to find the pick. There you go, Juicy, wall bang, there goes Deadly, there goes your Sentinel. No more of those walls, and the slow ops could help team velocity to hold their ground, and especially when you have an Empress like that from Deryeon, he will get the kill, but an immediate trade will come back at the hands of right 2Ace. Immediate use of the Viper's Pit might force Bleed to fall back and maybe show their positioning elsewhere towards the B side. Meanwhile, the whole B side, Bleed has every single information thanks to those information dart being given from the Sova. So everything is under control, especially Juicy, who is still in the A site. My goodness, this lurk will be so deadly if right 2Ace does not remove this one player out of the equation. He will. That's a good mark. But in a 3v3, it's been equalized. It's post-plant once again. Smoke's been already been placed. Bleed has ample control towards the yellow boxes. All they're going to do is just peek, kill, get the trade. And now it's once again, it's just DEATHMAKER. 1v2. What can he do in a situation when you have JayH and Retla? Both of them are just constantly removing players one by one. Information's been given all the way.
100%. I don't think these round differentials really show the full story of what's happened, to be honest. Even on both sides, again. There have been moons where even Bleed themselves have struggled slightly in rounds, but oh my goodness me, DEATHMAKER having a little bit of a funky one there, getting a 2k for himself as Jade trades it back, but that plant is going down nice and quick. Again, the Viper Wall is being so important when it comes to this map, really cutting off those lines of sight. Now Bleed have to play for this post plan. Looks like we're going to go for the push from mid, so again, it's a bit of a long way to go with it. Amaterasu trying their best to delay this attempt at a retake. It's crazyguy ready and waiting. The Viper Wall goes up again, though, and that's going to make it a lot more difficult. Jay does get the pick onto Deadly, but Amaterasu is ready and waiting to be there for the trade. crazyguy is having to get up close and personal before being taken out by Amaterasu. There we go. There we go. Spike is indeed planted. Again. Also. A little bit of pressure being applied. It's going to be a full team swarm. They're playing for these trades, but the trades just aren't coming. DEATHMAKER invite to Ace. Really have something to say about that. Shutting down this attempt at a first initial pushback. The wall being up again. Is really enabling them. I think this is really clever by Velocity, just cutting off those lines of sight as much as possible. There we go. As soon as it falls, Deryeon is able to get that shot. crazyguy onto Deadly as well. A 3 versus 3.
I will not die.
The wall's going to go up, and that's really going to block off the line of sight as Deryeon starts to get spicy with it. A third there onto hellffR. Amaterasu can clutch it out, and well, a little bit of a ring around the rosy. A little bit of a spice fest going on between DEATHMAKER and crazyguy as they're both trying to land these nice little shots on each other. But again, that collapse is coming through hot and heavy from the side of Velocity. Juicy and Deryeon getting right to Ace and Co down, but Retla is going to trade back with a pick onto Deadly too. Already Velocity are having a bit of a rough time here, and there we go.